Hi, my name is Gwen Frey, and I'm the founder of Chump Squad. I've been a gamer my whole life. I've been playing video games since before I can remember. But I didn't know game developer was a job you could have. I just didn't know that was a profession until maybe halfway through college when I went to a game development club and I found out people make games and I could do that for a living. And man, as soon as I realized that, I knew I would do this, that this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I've been a professional in the industry for about 13 years. I worked on a game called Marvel Heroes Online. I worked on BioShock Infinite and the DLCs for that. I co-founded an indie studio called The Molasses Flood, and I was one of 6 people that made a game called The Flame in the Flood. And 2 years ago, I quit all of that, and I founded my own studio, an indie studio where I could make the games I really wanted to make, games that make people think and laugh and smile, games that evoke emotion through mechanics. The first title I started working on was Kine. Kine is a narrative puzzle game. It tells the story of these 3 machines and how they meet up and form a band and all the things that happen to them along the way. But it tells that story entirely through puzzles. I loved working on this game. This was a huge passion project of mine. It started out as a solo project after work while I was still working at the Molasses Flood, and I basically quit and founded Chump Squad specifically to make this game. I was the only person on it for quite a while. I did eventually get funding and hire other people, but I was the only designer and I guess the only programmer on it the entire way through. The PC SKU is still a blueprint-only project. This is an incredible time to be making video games. You don't have to be extremely technical. Very small teams can achieve incredible things right now using tools that are available, the Unreal Engine being one of the best ones in my opinion. You can build something in Blueprint and have it be on every console all over the world. You're only limited by your creativity and your vision. I'm building on what I did with Kine, and I'm really excited to talk about that. I've gotten a couple more people. We're still a micro studio. I'm working with a part-time designer out in Madrid named Lucas, and I've got a couple of hourly contractors helping me out here and there, and I'm spinning up my next project, which is also a blueprint-only project.
Human test subjects are needed for an important research study.
Labrat is a satirical puzzle game set in a sci-fi universe.
I will now gauge your interest in multiplayer by simulating a multiplayer experience.
This game seems simple at first. You're trying to maneuver objects and divert lasers on a grid in order to get a block to be the correct color on all 4 sides. But Labrat is not as simple as it first looks. As you progress, Sarah is constantly surveying you and profiling you and coming to misguided conclusions about how to keep you entertained. Sarah can mash up what already exists, but she doesn't really understand why people like what they like. I could say a lot more about this game. This is my passion right now. I'm completely obsessed with it. If you want to follow Labrat, you can wishlist the game on Steam, or you can play early. If you want to sign up for the beta, you can go to labrat.study and you'll get invited into the closed beta. If you want to hear me specifically talk about game development, the Unreal Engine, Labrat, and so forth, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm Dire Goldfish on Twitter. But my name is Gwen Frey. I'm the founder of Chump Squad. I make video games, and I probably always will. And maybe you should too. It's a really, really good time. Thanks for watching.